So it's been a while. Welcome back. There's a lot of updating. So I'm just gonna jump right into it because I don't have a lot of time. All three boys are asleep, and yeah, it's pretty stressful to pick up the camera when a lot is kind of on my shoulders. So welcome back. Thank you for watching. I'm so sorry for being late, pero I mean, what's new, you know? So last time I picked up the camera officially, I believe was before Christmas or Christmas Day, I believe. So Merry Christmas. I'm super late, and yeah, Christmas was good. The boys got spoiled as per usual, as expected. These kids, I mean, let's just say they got a lot, so much so that I had to actually do some spring cleaning with their toys. And yeah, Salvation Army got a lot from us, let's just say. So that happened, and New Year's came along. Okay, I'm gonna just quickly tell y'all about New Year's because there's no pictures. I don't believe there's no videos. There's no celebration really of New Year's, unfortunately. Basically, we were with some neighborhood acquaintances, and everyone has kids. I was under the impression that everyone watches out for not only your own but everyone else's, especially since we're all hanging out next to the road, you know. And I was mistaken. Basically, we were out and about, just literally in our neighborhood, and Alex is putting Eli down for bed because Eli was not having it. So I'm out with everybody. We're at a neighbor's home, and Theo was hanging out with everyone, and I was dealing with something that happened in the garage due to Theo. Theo ended up spilling car oil all over someone's garage, so I was dealing with that. And naturally I stick my head out to check, make sure everything's good, Theo's good, and I don't see him. So I run out and I'm like, where the hell's my kid? And there's somebody literally with all the kids next to the road, and I look to my right and I see Theo walking straight towards a busy road. Like, this road is one of the main roads in our neighborhood. This is New Year's night, keep in mind, people are driving to get to places, drunk, drinking, kidnappings happen, and I see my kid walking by himself when there was a neighbor who clearly was watching all the kids, had her back towards him for whatever reason. And let's just say I cut the night short really quick, and I grab my son and I take him back home. Naturally he's hysterically crying because he doesn't understand what's going on, but I'm like livid because I'm just like, how many times have I looked out for all y'all's kids, and y'all literally have no problem letting anything possibly happen to my child. So that pretty much clicked in my head. That's like, you know what, friendship. I was hysterically crying that night. Like, Alex had to calm me down because he was like, look, this just emphasizes that although you want to have friends and although you want Theo to have friends, at the end of the day, like, these people have just shown their characters, and they're not the type of people that we want regularly around our children. And we have decided that unless we're indoors in a controlled environment, our our controlled environment for the most part. We're not going to just let that happen, because I mean, we could have lost our kid that night. I could have started off this year so much worse. But that didn't happen, so thank God. And so Alex and I, we decided to just do our own little celebration at home, and that's what we did. I mean, it was really simple. At the end of the day, family comes first. Direct, immediate family definitely comes first for us. I mean, this is a family that we've created and chosen, and we're not going to let anything happen to these little boys at the end of the day. So that happened. Soon after, we had Theo's birthday.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Matheo. Happy birthday to you. Eat it right now.
So yeah, I was busy getting everything gathered for his birthday. I had to order a water slide. I had to order supplies. What are those called? Those little treats, goodie bags. I had to get food. I had to do all of this and that, and it was so stressful, y'all. Y'all don't even understand how stressful it is to plan an actual birthday party. And we didn't even go all out. Like, I usually like go for decorations everywhere and this and that. I didn't even do that. I just did food and like a water slide. But it was still like stressful to make sure that we had it all down on this at the time that I said. But it is my fault because I ended up signing us up for a bubble run that morning. I don't know what I was thinking, but I signed us up for a bubble run that morning. So by the time we got back, we only had like roughly 2 hours to like shower, get ready, get everything set up, go pick up the cake, go pick up the pizza, go I don't know what I was thinking, like
Ready? I'm sorry. Yes, keep going forward. Go, go, go.
so that happened. All right, so Theo's 3. We have a 3-year-old. We have a 4-monther, because Eli, although he looks like a 7-month-old child, he is 4 months and he has grown. He's in the 99th percentile. He's really big. I mean, we're not doing anything crazy with his feeding. We're not doing anything out of the norm. He's just a really big kid. He's bigger than Theo, which is surprising because at the time we thought Theo was a huge kid, so that's interesting. He's just gonna be a giant. But he hasn't started rolling fully yet. Like before, when he was born, he rolled, but like I don't know what happened. He just kind of like fell off the wagon with that, and now he doesn't really want to roll. But you can see him like doing a weird like twist thing. So he's getting there. He's trying to crawl. You can see him trying to crawl. He is eating solids. He's able to eat about 2 ounces in one sitting. So I believe we're trying to do just one what's it called? One container of 2 ounces of baby food a day, if not every other day. So he's doing that. He's doing really good. He actually goes for the spoon. Like literally, if we didn't have control of the spoon, he would like swallow the spoon too. So he's doing really good with that. What else? Theo is he did good for his 3-year like appointment. Everything is looking good body wise. The only thing, and it's always been the same thing, is they're considering speech therapy for him because he's not talking in sentences. So at home here we're trying to, like, whenever he asks for something, we try and like emphasize, they'll say I want this or I want that, and you know, we're trying to emphasize it, but he's not grasping it. So we might get him into speech therapy. I also have him set up for an assessment at the school for pre-K for kids who kind of have special, I want kids with disabilities, and it's not just like full-on disabilities, it's also just mental disadvantages, and due to my high anxiety levels as well as depression as well as Alex's ADHD, which is going to play a big part, we are going to get him assessed and see if he can be placed into this preschool, because we believe that he needs structure. Being at home all the time isn't really giving him the will to like want to talk properly, or like, and we're thinking that if he's around other kids, he'll probably try and actually like converse and learn, you know, but we'll see. So that's happening. I have Smile Direct Club, so that's why if y'all hear me talking a little weird, I have a little lisp or whatnot, is because I have these in. I'm straightening my teeth. The bottom ones don't really need a lot of work, but it's the top ones that I'm getting straightened out. So I don't know if y'all can see that, but like, yeah, I have like this plastic thing on top of my teeth straightening them out. So I'll have that on for the next till May. Around May it should be good. So but let's get on to the topic of today. The topic that I've wanted to talk about for a little while now. It's kind of hard to talk about this topic. It's postpartum depression. So I think I've mentioned it before that I had it pretty bad with Theo. When I gave birth to Theo, I had it so bad that I didn't even connect with Theo until he was like 4 months old. It was really difficult to transition for me to go from singlehood to motherhood. Very difficult. So much so that Alex and I we were on the verge of divorce when that happened. I was afraid that I was going to lose custody. Like, that's how bad it got. We were thinking about like who's gonna get custody and this and that, and I was so afraid that I would lose it because I was a stay-at-home mom. I didn't have any income besides the VA, and Alex was like the main source of income, but he was never home. How is he supposed to take care of our child? And how, you know, it was such a mess, and it got so bad that Alex actually did kick me out of the house. It was pretty bad. We didn't understand each other's way of discussing things or expressing ourselves. And I mean, we were kids. I think Alex was 23, I was 24 around that time, and it was really hard. You know, it was difficult, but we made it through. Clearly, I mean, at the end of the day, we want to be together. We want this family. We decided on this, and we chose this, and this is what we choose. We choose to work and make this happen because we want the best for not only ourselves, not only our relationship, but our children. So that brings us to this time around with Eli. Question is, did I go through postpartum depression? Am I still going through it? Because you can still have it up to a year. As of right now, I'm 4 months in, so I'm still early on. I'll keep y'all updated if yeah. So did it hit postpartum depression? I hate to say it out loud. Yes, I am aware of signs of depression. I mean, I have depression in itself, so I am not only aware of the signs, I know that I'm at higher risk of developing postpartum depression. I've already gone through it once, and yes, I started seeing signs of it coming on with Eli, especially around the 2-month mark when everything was kind of, when Alex went back to work and everything was kind of relying on me again. Just keep in mind, okay, so depression, especially postpartum depression, it can hit in so many different ways, okay? In so many different ways. It's not all just, you know, it's not all just clean cut. It's in so many different ways. And for me, being a stay-at-home mom, especially at the newborn stage where I can't really go out that often, it's, you know, you're kind of nervous to go out. You don't know how your baby's going to be out and about, especially with a toddler. Like, do you really want to deal with a crying toddler and a crying baby and carrying everything? And it's so overwhelming that you kind of choose to stay indoors, intentionally and unintentionally. Like, you don't realize what you're doing to yourself if you decide to stay indoors. So I was choosing to stay indoors to avoid having to go through that hassle of having both kids out and about. And I started noticing my depression kicking in. I started lashing out at Alex, pinpointing mistakes that normally I really wouldn't be upset about. I mean, people are human, humans make mistakes. But I was just like, I'm such a perfectionist, and I try and keep an open mind to the fact that not everyone's like that. But like, I couldn't grasp that in my head with Alex while I was in the beginning stages around the 2-month mark. I would try and pick fights. I would say mean things about like family members just to lash out because I didn't know what I was doing. I was purchasing a lot, y'all. Okay, so if you're a stay-at-home parent and you can't go out, what do? You shop. And shopping for me is a sign of my depression lingering, because I don't have anything else to utilize my time and energy to focus on. So what else is there? Facebook Marketplace, there's Amazon, and I got so bad. I was just a shopaholic. I became a shopaholic, and it was to avoid the thoughts in my head because I started having horrible thoughts, suicidal thoughts, harmful thoughts in my head, and I didn't want to think about these things. I knew it was unhealthy to think about these things, but there's no one to talk to about it because, like, who do I have here? I don't have anybody here, so I had to I had to find a way to not think about it and not think about harming myself. I have to keep my nails cut and not long because I would harm myself. I started picking at my forehead again, or like my, you know, I started picking at my fingers again. Started like jabbing myself with my nails. I was so stressed out. It was hard. But New Year's came along, and I decided that I had had enough. I'm tired of always having excuses. I can't run because I have energy. I can't run because I have an injury. I can't eat healthy because I have kids. I can't buy certain things that I want because I have to buy things for the family, and I can't see my family because we don't have money, and it was always excuses, and I was so done with it. I was so done with it, y'all. So many years that I've put others first that I let myself get to the point of mentally draining myself and wanting to hurt myself like that, and I was done. I think that seeing my desire to have friends here and having a community here, I put that so high up as a priority that my child was walking towards the damn road when he could have been safe at home with us, with his parents who care about him. And I believe that literally the night of New Year's, I had had enough. And I made that decision that in order for my kids and my family to have a safe and healthy upbringing, their mom, the mother of this household, the wife of this household, has to be mentally healthy and happy as well. And so I decided to, because I feel like I keep trying to push Alex, but I feel like I'm done pushing Alex to do better if he doesn't want it. You can't force people to do better if they're not willing to push themselves and they're not ready. So for me, myself, I have created a 2020 goals, like a wish chart, I guess. I know there's an actual term for it, I'll put it here, but I made a 2020 goals chart, and on that chart I've put up what I want. I want to fix my credit. I want to run a 10K, and I want to dive with sharks. I want to go parasailing. And I'm going to make these things happen. I'm done with excuses. I don't give myself a leeway. I tell myself I'm gonna do something and it's going to happen, whether I like it or not. I'm going to make it happen. So one of the first things I did after making the chart, or like my little wish chart, I signed us up for a this thing called Stroller Warriors. I know it sounds a little lame, but it's been helping me. Basically twice a week you go out with your stroller, you meet up with these it's usually a bunch of women, and sometimes the fathers come, and we go for runs with the kids in the strollers. And in the beginning it was hard to jump right into running again. I remember there was one point where I started feeling a little bit of pain in my left ankle. And I started like limping a little, and it hurt a little, but then I was just like, you know, no, like, you can do this, you can fight through the pain, you got this. I'm just like this cheesy person in my head. I'm just like this little cheerleader. I'm just like, you got this, you can do it, you've done it before, you can do it. And here I am 4 weeks in, and the reason I'm in like a sports bra and I'm literally like in my like gym stuff, I practically live in my gym clothes at this point. I just ran 8 minutes straight twice, so a total of 16 minutes running and not stopping. Like, what y'all? Oh my god, y'all, oh my, y'all have no idea how unbelievably exciting and oh my god, I can't. Running has always been my outlet. Shh, motorcycles, I swear. Running has always been my outlet, and not having it for the past 6 years, my depression definitely kicked in a lot more often. I had more anxiety attacks. A lot of things happened, but I'm hopeful that I have this new drive in me that I can pretty much just drive that crap out of my system. Hopefully. I'm staying positive. So much so that y'all, I signed up for the Honolulu Marathon this December. So I have just about a year to prepare. 26 miles, y'all. 26 miles. I can't even do a mile and a half right now. Like I can do a mile and a half, like, but I'm struggling. So I'm insane, but I want to do this. I want this so bad. I feel so much happier now, and I got us tickets to go see my family in Florida this summer. So I haven't seen them in like 2 years. I run. I am eating healthier. I said screw it. I always told Alex that one day I'm gonna get get my teeth fixed, but like we never have the money, we never do this and that. But I was just like I don't care. I wanted my teeth fixed for so long that I was just like, you know what, if it's gonna make me happy, I'm gonna do it. And I went and set up the appointment, and now I have my Invisaligns, or like Direct my Smile Direct Club stuff in. So I am so done with excuses, y'all. Y'all have no idea that like we're a month in, and I have done so much. I'm so proud of myself, and it's all because I saw the signs of my depression kicking in. Postpartum depression was definitely emphasizing that, and I felt so guilty. And for anybody who is going through postpartum depression, I know the feeling. It's a dark, dark hole. You literally feel like you have nobody. I know. I've been through it twice. It can kick in at any point for me within the next, what, 9, 8 months. I still have a long time of fighting ahead of me. But if I can do it, I know y'all can do it. I know anyone can get through it. It's not easy. You have to find an outlet. You have to fight for it. You have no idea how many times I've wanted to just not run or not put on sneakers. I just want to like lay in a couch and cry. And I don't give myself excuses. And I think that maybe if you don't give yourself an excuse to be sad, you might just be able to fake it till you make it kind of situation. So for me, as of right now, as of December 4th, as of right now, February 4th, I am happy and healthy. And I hope it stays that way. That's just an update. By the time y'all see this, we will be in North Carolina because that's another trip we did. We're surprising Alex's mom. she has no idea we're coming. She thinks that she's not gonna get to meet Eli till he's like 2 when we get back, so it's gonna be a rough 14 hours ahead of us, but we're gonna do it. And I'm fighting, y'all. I'm fighting. I'm working hard and I'm fighting. And if I can do it, I'm sure y'all can do it. Y'all just have to find that drive. Find what drives you. For me, whether I just now or recently realized that I love my husband, but I'm the driving force of this family. If I'm not doing well mentally, my children feel it, my husband feels it, and this household feels it, and I have to keep going to make sure that they are all going. I'm like the little energizer bunny. I have to keep it going, you know? It's all mind over matter, right? So thank y'all for watching, and